What's up, Sayonara? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about my 6-month transformation. Now for you guys new to the channel, back in March I ended up tearing my left distal bicep. How I tore it was I was helping a friend move, had nothing to do with the gym or anything like that. It was just shitty luck. Following that, I had surgery for it ending of April, and as of like a week or two ago, we made 6 months post-surgery. 6 months since I lost all my gains, 6 months since I had that quagmire left arm going on. And today I just kind of want to talk to you guys through my journey and my comeback and things I've learned along the way, what I did for my diet, nutrition, exercise to help me, get to where I am today, the mindset that I use, because I know especially in the fitness world, injuries are very prevalent. So for those of you guys going through injuries, for those of you guys who may have gone through injuries, or maybe can just use this video as some motivation and inspiration for you guys to, just get your ass on the grind and just continue to keep on keeping on. So we're gonna take you through my push workout today, but first we're gonna get some pre-workout. Alright, so forearm's bothering me a little bit today, so we're just gonna keep it light. We're gonna do hundreds, 4 sets of 10. I did my first set of 10, we'll see. I'm shooting for 4 sets of 10. If I don't make it, then it's all good. Basically, I go heavy on days where my forearm's feeling better. Today, my forearm doesn't feel that great. To be honest, I haven't been keeping up with my mobility exercises the past couple of days, so that's probably why. But it's still gonna be a good workout to push through. Strength is slowly coming back. The only problems I'm having right now is my forearm. It gets a lot of shooting pains. I think I spoke to my ortho about it, and he thinks it's just like a lot of the scar tissue, mobility stuff, and just the muscles rebuilding in my forearms because of the surgery and everything. Really, like, I'm trying to find a balance between pain management and lifting as heavy as I can. So we'll see what I work up today. So just to give you guys a little background story about what happened after the surgery. So I went home, they fully immobilized my arm in a cast, and they kept it in there. I believe they wanted it in there for about like a week and a half. After 5 days of itching, I was just sick of the cast. I told them I needed it off. So where you guys got your before picture was right after I took the cast off. My arm literally shrank from Super Saiyan to Yamcha or below Yamcha arm to quagmire arm in literally the span of 5 days. And it's crazy because just not using it by flexion, extension, just atrophied the shit out of it. I think that in combination with the shock from the surgery and everything just atrophied the crap out of my arm. So after that, it was like a battle of just getting my mobility back, straightening. I remember my arm was stuck like this. Like, we'll throw some pictures on the screen, but I remember my arm was like stuck literally on a 45-degree angle. They didn't want me to fully extend it at all because they didn't want me to re-tear anything or just rupture the surgery or anything like that. And I remember like going through my exercise thinking like I may never ever strengthen my arm again. It literally felt like someone got like 20 pieces of Velcro and put it around right here, your elbow socket, and every time you try to extend, you could feel like Velcro like stretching, and it was just like tearing, and it felt like it was the weirdest feeling ever. Yeah, we worked through it to get the mobility back, and eventually we finally started rebuilding again. Alright, so the next exercise we're doing is Destructo disc. As you guys know, I love my unilateral exercises, especially with the injury and my left arm still being a lot weaker than my right arm. I do a lot of unilateral type work just to help, you know, help my left arm catch up. But no, I'm not doing any extra work on my right arm. My right arm did atrophy a little bit just because, you know, I can't lift quite as heavy and with as much volume as I used to, but it's all good. Both arms will catch up and get stronger together regardless, and my right arm, you know, will regain the muscle that it lost. Also, I want to talk about is obviously the number one thing that came to this recovery was one, consistency, and two, you know, muscle memory. Like, it took me 5 days to lose, you know, a majority of my muscle in my arm. Obviously, it wasn't gonna stay like that forever. And prior to me, you know, getting my injury and having the surgery, I've been training consistently for the past 14-15 years. So that those 14-15 years of hard work and consistency isn't gonna go away fast. So obviously muscle memory kicked in real quick once I started training, and you know, my arms started coming back into form fairly quickly. And I was lucky where my strength took a really long time to come back, but the size came back first. So, you know, obviously me training for Comic-Con and everything, that really helped. So the second thing I want to talk about is the diet. When a lot of people get injured, you know, they're so scared of losing muscle because they can't train, or they have to, like, you know, train differently. They're scared of the atrophy. Basically, when it comes to injuries, you don't want to stay in a surplus, because if you train in a surplus, you're gonna get fat. Secondly is you don't want to go into deficit, because if you go into deficit, you're gonna lose muscle and atrophy even quicker, because, you know, you're not training to keep the muscle there. What I recommend is when you're injured, just stay in maintenance. So for me, I kept my calories in maintenance the entire way. So I just watched the scale, I weighed myself every single day, and I made sure that, you know, I wasn't gaining weight, I wasn't losing weight, that everything was just staying consistent. I always kept my protein on the higher end. I don't know if it really made a difference looking back, but, you know, it definitely kept me from getting fat, because let's be real, injuries are depressing, and, you know, sometimes you just want to eat a lot when you're injured. So that kind of kept me from binging and, you know, turning into Majin Buu. Alright, so next exercise we're doing is the seated dip machine. Right now my training volume is a little bit on the lower end. Reason being is I'm training close to 7 days a week. I kind of just go by feel and take a break whenever I feel like my body needs to. Reason being is I'm just really loving training right now. Like, I'm loving the progression I'm making. It feels like I'm brand new into the gym, and I just really want to get back to my form like I used to look prior to the injury. And yeah, I'm just loving training. Also, I leave for a trip in a few days, which you guys will see in the vlog. But yeah, I'm not gonna have huge access to a lot of weights and a full-blown gym, so that'll be like my deload week, so to speak. So I just want to touch on training real quick. And yes, I read all the studies on single arm training, which is why I did it. So basically the studies showed that, you know, when you can't use, like, let's say you hurt your shoulder or your elbow or you tear your bicep, like, whenever you can't use one side of your body, you should still train the opposite side, just because your body will try to maintain both sides evenly, and you're more likely to maintain muscle on the side that you can't train. You know, I did that, and I trained purely with my right side of my body, and I did lots of single arm stuff. So my training was basically, I was going to a gym about 3 to 4 days a week, every other day, and doing cardio on my off days. So I was doing something physical 7 days a week, and on those days where I could go into the gym, I was doing just full body splits, meaning I was just training the right side of my body and then training legs, or whatever I could do for legs, and that was my training split. And I think, even though I'm not sure if it kept more of my muscle on my left side, I think it was more of a mental thing that really helped, just getting into the gym, getting sweaty, getting a pump, even though the pump was super awkward when you're only training one side of your body. Yes, I did notice muscle imbalances, but I wouldn't notice muscle imbalances regardless, just because of all the muscle I lost on my left side anyways. But I think just mentally, it did definitely help push me through the past couple months where I couldn't train my left side at all. So that's the end of the workout. Something I also want to touch upon is I'm sorry for not documenting my transformation as much as I should have. One of my downfalls to, you know, for myself, and also it doesn't really carry over to YouTube, is that I'm a very like private person. If something's bothering me, if I'm going through some issues, I like to keep it to myself, and I don't really like to vent or have other people worry about myself. So when I went through the injury, that's the reason why I didn't turn this into a series or anything, because I just didn't want all the attention, and just, you know, just wanted to put my horse blinders on, as I always say, and just get focused on recovering and ascending again and just getting back into form. So that's why we didn't really document as much as we should have. Closing out this video, I also want to talk about the last thing about the recovery. This is definitely the most important thing, and that is mindset. Meaning, when I got injured, yes, like I hated the way I looked. Yes, you know, I was super down. Yes, there's days where I felt depressed. Like I felt like, you know, would I ever get the mobility back in my arm? Would I ever be able to straighten it out again? Would I ever be able to use my arm? Would my arm even be able to look the same that it is today? You know, thousands of negative thoughts ran through my mind, you know, and got me down on a daily basis. And you know, throughout it all, the number one thing is you guys got to stay positive and always look towards the future. I think that's the number one thing that a lot of people do, is they see things as they are and not what as they could be. You know, whether you're overweight, you don't like how you look, you know, you got to focus on how things can be and just put your head down and grind and go after it. Like throughout the whole injury and everything, I knew that I would one day get back into form. I knew that one day, you know, I was going to be able to look in the mirror and like the person that I saw again. You know, like I've always loved who I was, and I always, you know, throughout the injury and everything, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, I just hated the way I looked. And I always focused on, you know, getting better, and I knew that I had the work ethic. I knew I had the self-confidence in myself that I could put in the work and be better. So the number one thing is definitely consistency and just focusing on your goal and just keeping a steady, positive mindset throughout everything. You know, I had lots of close friends and family help me through this and everything. But yeah, that's the end of the video. That's the end of my 6-month transformation and recovery from Yamcha back to Goku, and we're gonna keep on ascending. You know, this isn't the end for me. We're gonna keep on pushing through to ultra instinct levels. As you guys know, I don't stop. I'm always ascending, as you should too. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. For online coaching, email me, gokuflex@gmail.com. Let's get you shredded for the new year. Let's help you hit those Broly goals. Don't wait till the new year. Get started now. Programs, check out SaiyanArmy.com. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, strength, and honor. Aloha.